Holy. I'm gonna talk about how people project type of thing. Like, they project something out so it can't appear in. Watch. You know those type of things where, like, people who are very negative, right? They're suffering inside of them and they have a lot of negative energy. But then they look out, instead of inside of the negative energy, they look out to see negative inside of people. You know how, like, they look to see if there's something negative about them, like their bad karma? Because when they do that, then, like, they don't have clarity of, like, their own negative self. Like, so they're cloaking the negative by trying to look at other people's negative to make them feel better. Ooh! Holy. You know those type of things where, like, people feel crazy inside. Like, they feel so-called insanity inside of them. So, like, they look out to see if other people are crazy. Like, they try to see crazy inside of people because then it makes them feel better. Ooh. Holy. And that's why they watch the news. Ooh. Holy. You know those type of things where, like, religious people subconsciously know that there's darkness inside of them. But then, like, their belief says that darkness have demons in it, so they refuse, like, to believe that there's darkness inside of them. So what they do is look out, and then they blame the nighttime to be demons there, type of thing. Like, they rather have the demons outside of them, like in the darkness in front of them, than inside. Ooh. You know some of things where it's not really demons type of thing that's in the darkness. It's actually them fighting themselves and having war with the love within. Ooh. Holy. Holy. You know some of things where, like, people don't want to accept that they're God. So they don't want that self-responsibility as a god because they didn't vibrate all the chakras and stuff. So what they do is look out to seek for another god that's outside of them type of thing, because they don't want the clarity of them being a god, so they rather make it appear in front of them so they don't possess it. Ooh. Holy. You know those type of things where people like only reading the religious books and stuff, which is fake. Like, and they like worshipping, like, divine, because they don't want the clarity that there's divine within them, type of thing. Like, they have divine inside, so, but they avoid it, type of thing. And they rather make it appear outside of them and make an idea out of it. Because if they go in, then, like, they have to face the problems and type of thing because they're really an unholy spirit. Ooh. Holy. No? No? You know those type of things where, like, people, like, they go out to see other teachers type of thing, but depend on other teachers, not just, like, learning from them, like, normal wisdom. They depend on them type of thing because they know that they're the biggest teacher themselves, but they don't want to have clarity on that. They rather make it appear outside of them. Ooh. You don't see how everything's inside and then everybody projects it out type of thing? Holy. Like, they project everything out. They don't want to have clarity that's everything's within, so they rather make it appear in front of them. Ooh. Holy. You know those type of things where, like, I'm gonna talk about another topic in this video, like, to spice the video up. It's not just gonna be one topic, it's gonna be, like, a couple type of thing, like, to make it, this video, like, an interesting video. Holy. You know those type of things where like we're in hell right now and hell means the underworld, right? We're in hell right now. Wow, this is a reincarnation cycle, so you know that everybody down here is bad. Which is why they're in hell, and they said that only bad people go to hell, so we're in hell right now. But then like the prophets and stuff came from a higher dimension to help people get out of the reincarnation cycle, right? You don't see that? So then you know that moods, like when you have sad moods and angry moods, like that means you're a bad person, you're an unholy spirit type of thing. The only real mood to be in is like spiritual mood type of thing, and a meditative mood type of thing. Ooh. All those other irrelevant moods, like, that's like evidence that you're a bad person type of thing. And let me give you clarity on moods for a second. The fact that people change moods, right? You know how people change moods to sad, to happy, like to angry, and it keeps going into a cycle? That's evidence that they're trying to evolve their ego type of thing. Like, they get angry, right? When they see somebody like they're jealous of or something, right? But then like what they do is that they try to find a way to get that anger out. So then they try to make themselves happy by projecting their problems on them, and then they get happiness out of it type of thing. But then like it's not just getting happiness from that. It's when they achieve something egotistically type of thing. Ooh. And then when it fails, they go to sadness type of thing. So then they'll go to a next mood. You see how like it's about the ego evolving? And then there's one mood when you're just thinking by yourself. And then they try to evolve their ego, and then when they go out, then they're happy that they approved it. No, not improved it, my bad. They improved it. They improve their ego and they get happy, and then they get angry when their ego gets bashed. You don't see like the happening within the moods. It's a whole evolution, which is why moods change, because they're fighting with themselves. They're fighting their shadow self. Ooh. Within this hell, they're fighting their problems, which is why these moods change. But all these moods that they change to are irrelevant, and it's never in a spiritual mood. Ooh. But don't you see that spiritual mood's the only way to be in a meditative state type of thing, and be in meditation so you can observe the moods? Don't you see that observing the moods is coming out the matrix, while the mood changing is the low frequency? It's like a low frequency thing, like within this hell, which makes you a bad person if you're still in your bad karma, with the mood changing, which makes you a bad person. So if you're in a bad mood, you can't say you're not bad when you are, and you're trying to evolve your ego. And when you fight your problems, you're really not. You think you are when you're trying to fight your ego, but that's not destroying your problems. Holy, no? Like, why do you think every time when you see your enemy, then they all of a sudden they're draining, like their vampire skills get better. Like a vampire is somebody who drains your energy. Like every time you see them, like those vampires get better. That's because their mood changing is evidence that they're trying to be better at it. Like they're trying to use like self-worth so they can get better at doing it. You see what I'm saying? Like some of these negative people do like positive thing. Like they use positive, but they cloak. They cloak the positive to make it seem like they're not positive, because they like expressing negativity type of thing. Holy, that's why some of them get mad when you try to talk positive and ask them if they want to do something, and they act like they don't do it. Like they get very like offensive. Holy. You don't see? Like a lot of the vampires are scared to like drain your energy like far enough. So what they do is like they try to have self-worth to replace the fear so they can drain it better. Ooh, that's the vampires always get better every time you see your enemy. That's his mood changing type of thing, like the artifacts behind it. Holy, no? You don't see? You don't see how people try to, like, master their guilt and have pleasure on it? Like, when they're sexually guilty, they try to master it by projecting their sexuality, like to make it seem like they're not sexually guilty. You see how they master it? Like the guilt, the sexual guilt, and then normal guilt, like they try to master that too by cloaking. Like trying to like evolve the ego type of thing. And then there's shame, so they try to destroy the shame type of thing. You see? And then they're feeling grief, so they try to destroy their grief type of thing. You see, like, all this evidence of mastery is the sign that you're a bad person type of thing. If you have to master yourself, that means you're bad type of thing. Holy. Like, mastering skills is different. Like, if you're trying to master meditation, or like, you're trying to master singing, or a hobby, or like a soccer, or something like that, or basketball, like that's different, like with mastering talent on something. But like the mood, like when people try to master their mood, that's when they're bad people, because like they can't take the suffering type of thing, because they're bad people in hell. Holy. That's fucking sick. Holy. You don't see? Oh, let me talk about something for a second. You don't see how, like, all these people... Wait, let me give you an example before I say this. You know how when you look in front of you, but your awareness can highlight an object in the side of you while, like, you look in front of you and talk to somebody else? That's like a highlight. Like, they're highlighting something, right? So what these people do around nature, right, is the scientists walk around highlighting nature. And then they highlight it, and then they say it's scientific. And then the religious people, what they do is that they highlight the hidden type of thing. Like, they highlight the hidden and then say that's religious. You see? So, like, this is why they're like, one of the reasons why the scientists and religious people argue with each other and it's like a war with them and stuff. And they get like all like angry and stuff. It's because the highlighting thing. You're not supposed to highlight nature. Or highlight certain spots of nature. That's so stupid. You don't see how like religious people avoid nature just because the scientists highlighted it and said it's scientific, while the scientific people like avoid the body, like the hidden side of the body, because like the religious people highlighted it religious. Like they highlighted religious, so then they'll say, oh, that's not scientific. That's not real. You see how both of them do it, and then religious people stay away from like the physical side. Like everybody's keep marketing like the territory with consciously, like with the highlighting. But then when you experience nature for a second, then you realize that the whole thing is together united, type of thing. Like if you highlight the whole thing as one, like if you highlight the physical as the so-called biblical event, if you highlight the physical side and highlight the hidden side, highlight the body too, highlight everything and make it one highlight, then you realize that this whole highlight is just nature and that's it. You see? It's only love. The existence of love, that's the only thing that's here. It's just love. This whole thing that's highlighted is love. And like manifestation and stuff, it's all like, you see what I'm saying, right? It's love controlling like DNA and physical reality. But the whole thing highlighted together is just love, type of thing. But the words are mixed up. But you see what I'm saying, right? How like this whole thing is highlighted. It's only source and that's it. The existence of the creator and that's it. It's only consciousness. That's a good way to put it. It's only consciousness. It's only experience, and that's it. You highlight experience type of thing. Then you realize when everything's highlighted and you look out, then you realize that the physical side, the so-called scientific side, is part of the biblical event, while the hidden is part of it too. And both of it, all of it is coexisting type of thing. So now you know that this is hell. No? Don't you see how, like, spirit means breath, while our spirits are imprisoned in this physical body? You don't see? You don't see how religious people are against scientists and scientists are against religion? And religious people are supposed to be the so-called good, and the scientists are supposed to be the so-called bad? Don't you see that hell is the scientific part? You don't see that they're right, but that's the hell aspect of life? No? You don't see how we're in hell right now with Archon aliens? And while this thing is all highlighted, then you realize that the government's highlighted too? And they're part of the biblical event while this place is corrupted? So then you know that, like, that Barack Obama video is real too with the reptilian in it? Like, then you know that there's Archon aliens down here and there's aliens in hell type of thing. The demons in that down here and stuff. And us suffering with the mood changing and everything. You don't see? You don't see the corrupted planet? What everybody's been talking about? That idea of, like, the whole humanity being fucked up, the consciousness, you don't see what's going on? That idea is within this highlight I was talking about. With the scientific side, so-called scientific side, that's hell. That's our spirit being imprisoned in the physical body. Our hell body. We're hell boys and hell girls type of thing. Physically. Ooh. And then, like, the hidden side is like you going to a higher dimension and getting out of the reincarnation cycle, while there's prophets down here trying to get you out of the cycle. You don't see? No clarity? No? Not yet. Holy hell. Religion, everything's highlighted. The hidden. When you take your last breath, then you go to the heavens. Heaven means the skies. You're leaving the hell. You're leaving hell. Going to a higher dimension, while scientists said that emotions control DNA and physical reality. That emotional part of life is like the love dimension, like the fifth dimension. You don't see how everything's highlighted? This whole thing is a biblical event. Holy, so that means we're participators of the universe type of thing, but you get to pick if you're a victim or not. And 5D Earth coming. Heaven on earth, and then this is hell on earth. And the high vibrational people coming out the cycle will make it to 5D. Within this highlight, that's only nature. That's the so-called biblical event. Ooh. Holy. No? Now I think you have clarity. Now I think you see. Now let me go back a little bit. About the projecting thing, right? You know those type of things when you socially interact with somebody, right? And you start observing that person type of thing. And you start to look at things at him that's inside of you type of thing. But if it's a negative attention while you're doing it, like if you have a negative attention while, like, observing that guy, and try to see something, that means that you have it within. It's like a problem within type of thing. Like, you don't want it to appear in your body. You don't want to be possessed by it. So you want it to appear in front of you. So you look and observe other people to see if, like, they have it type of thing. And then you project your problems on them after. So you can hide for the fact that you're possessed by it, so you're cloaking. You don't see? Even racism, so-called racism, like, people look at other races, like, you see what I'm talking about? they're not okay with their own race, type of thing. They don't like their own race and the culture of their race. No? So then they look at other, like, and at the same time, they're scared of demons and aliens, so they can't go into a higher dimension because they hate other races. So how can they deal with aliens that are in a higher dimension, or any other beings that they'll see on a higher dimension? Ooh, holy. Like, if you don't like other races, like, you're such a pussy. You're a You wanna know why? Because you're scared. You're scared of other races. You're scared of aliens and demons. But me, I go to higher dimensions and do demon slaying type of thing. I slay demons and other races if they try to fuck with me type of thing. All of them were scared of me up there. Like, they try to avoid my aura body. I love all races and stuff. That's why that I'm fucking sick. And I can take any race out, like, without fear type of thing. I'm not scared of races and stuff and other life forms like that. That's only for people, like, who are scared and stuff. Like, those so-called racist people are really scared. That's the problem. Like, that's why, like, some of these so-called white people are scared of the so-called black people. Like, they're scared of that race. They're scared. They're fucking scared of that shit type of thing. But me, I'm not type of thing. I'm not scared of any race. It doesn't matter who you are type of thing. Like, whether you're so-called black, whether you're so-called white, or Asian, or fucking Indian, it doesn't matter type of thing. I don't care if you're a reptilian alien, or fucking draconian, or gray, or a hybrid. Fuck you. Holy, no? But when you love all races, that's when you get like me, type of thing. Like, when you're not scared of any race. That's only if you love, type of thing. Fuck it. And you know those type of things where, like, people hate darkness because, like, they have the darkness inside of them, and darkness is love, right? So they hate going into the darkness because when they go into the darkness, they're letting go of their light and their negativity. As an unholy spirit, like, they're letting go in the darkness. So then they make an excuse and say it's selling their soul when it's really not. Like, people say it's selling your soul when it's really letting go of your light in the dark. Because dark is love energy. Like, if you have to burn in darkness, like a crucifix hitting a demon type of thing, then you know you're an unholy spirit. Because you don't know love type of thing. You don't understand it type of thing. Everybody fears the unknown type of thing. What do they know about love type of thing? That's why that they hate darkness. Because when you go into darkness, you go into love type of thing. And that's the unknown type of thing. Don't let these Egyptian beliefs, like, trick you into, like, thinking that darkness is chaos. That's not chaos. That's not chaos. Like, what? How is that chaos if that's no time? The fifth dimension's no time. There's no chaos and no time. Chaos and order is a polarity. There's no polarity in no time. Chaos is in time. Because when order happens, that's chaos. Don't you see that makes moods? That makes the cycle of moods in hell? That's chaos. It keeps you out of a spiritual mood. While spiritual mood is like fifth dimensional type of thing. Ooh. No? What do you mean chaos? Just because you're letting go. That's not chaos. That's not love's fault that you're not in the mood for it. That's your fault. Your chaos type of thing. You're the chaos. Like, you You're an unholy spirit. You have a lot of chakra blockages type of thing. Your whole kundalini's messed up. You don't even know yourself type of thing. So like, that's why it's chaos to you. If you don't want it to be chaos, then let go. Just let go then. That's like so stupid. Holy. Like you don't see like this bullshit, like calling darkness evil. What? I could have swore that in the beginning of the Bible it said that the Genesis chapter that void was the beginning. Isn't that where creation settles then? Isn't that the creator, like love, that man created reality? So like, what are you talking about? What do you mean darkness is chaos and the Genesis is chaos? Huh? What the fuck? You don't see, like, if you put a statement on a piece of paper, right? And if it's contradicting from that religion, then that's, you know it's wrong. I thought the creator was perfect. But then they say that religion is the words from the creator, right? So if the Bible is not perfect and there's a contradiction, if there's one contradiction, that means that the whole thing's not the truth type of thing. It was never from the creator's words type of thing, because the creator doesn't lie once type of thing. No? He's truth. There is no false in the Bible, if the Bible was true. You don't see. There's so much contradictions on the Bible, so you gotta let it go. Type of thing. You don't see. And they say that his name is, Yahshua's name is Jesus, when the letter J didn't even exist back then. Like, the letter J was actually 500 years old type of thing. So it could have been Jesus. It had to be Yahshua. And then those multiple Jesus in the Bible type of thing, right? And the first Jesus was, one of the Jesus was Christopher Columbus type of thing. Holy, nah? Research it, motherfucker. I'm not telling you this video. I told you already, another one, motherfucker. Holy. But this is so stupid. No, I'm turning the video off.